Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Greg Furman and these are the market positions for July the 19th, 2017. Now our first trade for tonight is going to again be in the Forex market. What we're looking at for tonight or for tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video, is the Australian Canadian dollar. Now this is basically a battle between the commodity-based currencies and the high-yielding currencies, which still is tipped in the Aussie's favor. Now you can see that I brought in trend line support sitting down at the bottom here just above the 97, about the 97.40, 97.50. So from here we can zoom our charts in and now have a closer look at the VantagePoint forecast. When we look at this particular setup, we can see that we have a fresh triple EMA cross that's just taken place, the 3-day, crossing over our 18-day predicted moving average. That critical level now comes in at 99.17. We're closing at 99.92, approaching that parity rate despite the very strong Canadian dollar from the rate hike last week. Now, in my respectful opinion, the Aussie dollar is still a high yielder. The Canadian dollar will never be a high yielder when it comes to interest rates. So basically, the Aussie CAD is an Aussie US CAD trade. That's what it is. Aussie US breaking through some critical levels of resistance, moving above the 79 area. This is a big move for the Aussie dollar. Now, that is something I've talked about in this week's Forex Weekly Outlook also. So we're simply building on that, guys. Now, trend line resistance coming in just above parity, about 1.0060. That could be an obstacle for the pair, but right now, those key Vantage Point indicators, our neural index is turned higher after being down. Our predicted short, medium, and long-term differences all looking quite good here. We have a crossover in our predicted MACD. Also a very, very strong signal here. And of course, we have momentum building on this trade on the predicted RSI after the break of this very important 60 level that has sent the pair higher. So when we look at all of this, we combine all of this together, this pair has a real shot at the very least pushing towards the 1.0060 level. Now, when we look at our individual crossovers here on VantagePoint, we can see that our short term is up, our medium term looks fantastic, but the long term really is the one we're looking at here with a lot of activity right around this 98.83 area, between 98.83 and 99.06, where this crossover is taking place. So from here, guys, we now go into the all-important daily report to fine-tune that tomorrow's entry point or tonight's entry point, depending on when you're trading this. And again, just to remind everybody, this video is being produced at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an hour before the Asian market opens. So for tomorrow, guys, this is what we're looking at. We've got 99.92 is our close. We're looking for a pullback to 99.51. We're then going to target 1.0028. Now, the minimum stops here, guys, they have to be below that VantagePoint 18-day predicted moving average, which again, I'll bring up here for everybody to see. We're going to go like that. We're going to clear this. Easy to get that number right here. That number is 99.17. So basically, guys, we have several levels of support to buy from. The 99.51, which is the predicted low for the day, then to 99.35, and then a lot of activity in this 99, 99.17 area. We would be buyers all the way down to this area, and then we want to keep our stops around 98.50, 98.40. Keep it out of the broker radar, guys. Allow this trade to develop. Now, our second trade for tonight is going to be again in the U.S. Energy Sector. Now, what we're looking at here is the Rowan Companies, the RDC stock. This particular stock here, guys, is down, I think, close to 41% on the year. So we've had a very big move down. We're starting to stabilize. We have immediate resistance at the $11 per share mark. The VantagePoint indicators here are warning that we could be getting ready for a break of this particular area and a move higher. Now, our neural index is down, but again, the neural index is a very short-term indicator. Our predicted short, medium, and long-term differences are on the rise. We've got a crossover in our predicted MACD. We're sitting at 54 on the predicted RSI, so we don't have a lot of momentum at this particular time, but it does look like it's building. We've got solid support down here, just below $10 per share, so we know where to put our stop stops here, guys. We always put them below swing lows like this. We don't want to get stopped out anywhere in between. But right now we've closed at 1103. That's above our VantagePoint 18-day predicted moving average. That is a critical level, and that in itself is a bullish move. Now, when we look at our individual crossovers, very important that we're checking them all. Our short-term crossover here is again moving to the upside. Our medium-term crossover, which is also very important, you can see that it too is moving up. Now, our long-term crossover again is a very important one here. One of the most powerful indicators in the VantagePoint software, because it's very difficult to trick it. So when we look at this, there's a lot of activity here, guys. 1058, 1066, where that crossover is taking place. Our indicators are saying we should expect a bit of a pullback, but the longer term, medium and longer term indicators also suggest we should be buyers. So when we look at this, we're going into our all-important daily report with that close of 1103. We're looking for a pullback right to the area that I just discussed, 1060. We're then targeting 1122. But just to bring everybody again up to speed here, if we can break through this channel, we are absolutely sitting in a channel right now, and this is where it is, just below $10 per share. We want to make sure our stops are down below this area, and the top of this channel at $11 per share where we've closed. If we can break through here, this could signal a bigger move back towards, I would anticipate, in my respectful opinion, this year we should be able to get close to $15 per share on the Rowan Companies, the RDC stock. I think that's very, very likely.